get the lens just a wee clean. That's probably a bit better. Let me just shorten these. Yeah, hello all. I'm just sitting in the back of my car, getting a break from sitting behind the wheel and driving all day. In fact, I've been driving all week. I set off from my hometown Dundee, went to Wales for my Wales excursion holiday. That's what I've named the videos. I've just literally on the way back home now, and I've stopped off at a small Scottish town called Lockerbie. It's on the south west of Scotland. It's not far from the Scotland-England border. Small town called Lockerbie. So I'm just here for a stop rest from all the motorway driving that I've done. Just a wee update on my channel. I'm going to be uploading about 11 videos, 10 of which will be the Wales excursion. That's my Wales excursion series of videos. That will be to set off from Dundee on the last Wednesday, and I stopped off at the Stafford Travel Lodge on the M6 halfway down. I spent the Wednesday night there, and then on the Thursday, the 31st of August, I then continued on from Stafford Travel Lodge to the Wales Travel Lodge M4 Swansea area. So it was the Travel Lodge just outside Swansea, and I stayed there for the 4 nights. So I stayed there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night and Sunday night, and then on the Monday I drove from that Travel Lodge just outside Swansea back to the Stafford one again, the Stafford Travel Lodge, the Moto Services, where I spent 2 nights. I spent the Monday night and the Tuesday night. Well, hello whoever's joined me there. Just a very quick live, just a wee update on the channel, what I'm doing. As I say, I've stopped off here just for a rest break from driving. So, so Thursday night, I've lost where I was, I just saw it. So I went up back to the Stafford Travel Lodge, spent the Monday night and the Tuesday night there. On the Tuesday, that'd be, what days of the day? Wednesday the day, isn't it? Yeah, yesterday, I lost track of days. I went to Alton Towers and spent all day there, basically. Alton Towers theme park, and I've done a video for that also. So all in all, I've got 11 videos coming up, and I'll put them all up in a row and hopefully in consecutive orders. There'll be parts 1 to part 10 for the Wales excursion videos, and I'll basically be putting those up in a winner. And the Alton Towers one will be that won't be part of the Wales excursion series of mine. It'll just be a separate video. So regarding the Wales excursion, I done on the first day, on the 31st of August, when I set off from the Stafford Travel Lodge en route to Wales for the Swansea M4 Travel Lodge. I covered some of the footage of both Severn bridges, going over the river Severn, which is between Wales and England. There's a Prince Wales Severn Bridge, and there's the original Severn Bridge. So I drove across both of them. I got footage of both of them, driving over both. I got footage from a place called the Black Rock picnic site, and from there you get a good view of both of the Severn bridges. So that'll be in the first episode, Wales Excursion 1. Also that day, on the 31st, when I was making my way to that travel lodge, I'd done a complete video recording drive from the windscreen mount for the phone mount. I recorded all the drive from the Severn View Services at the England side of the original Severn Bridge. Drove all the way from there to the DVLA in Swansea. And basically I recorded it all. As it lasted an hour, it'll be an hour and 10 minutes. It was an hour and 10-minute drive. All motorway. It was getting dark at this point, so I'll be basically just uploading music. I had the car audio on, the CDs on, so I can't obviously play that because of copyright reasons. And you probably didn't want to hear what was somebody's. I get a bit, if I miss a turn or I might curse or something. You know, I have my own thoughts. You know, I might look at something and go, "Oh, wow, that's amazing." You don't want to hear all that. I talk to myself. I'm like, "Oh, that reminds me of somebody say, oh, geez, I'm going to get there." I'm like, "Shit, well, that's some sight. I'll definitely be doing that." You don't want to hear all that crap. So as I'll be muting the sound on that. I just add my own copyright-free, the music that I got from copyright-free music apps. I'll be putting that as a audio for the drive, and that'll be the Wales Excursion episode 2. So it's all about the drive from the services to the DVLA bugging headquarters in Swansea. And from there I've done another video. In fact, that I think I piggybacked that onto the first. That'll be the Severn Bridges, and the DVLA will be added on after it. So that was all on the 31st, on the Thursday. On the Friday I went into Swansea and I looked around Swansea, the beach. I had a look around Mumbles Pier as well, and unbelievable. That's better. So I went to Mumbles Pier, Mumbles town. It's just on the outskirts of Swansea, sort of towards the southwest of Swansea. I got footage of that, and I've got a wee bit of driving footage of inside Swansea. So that was all day Friday. Also on Friday, I lost track, I've done that much. I went to Port Talbot, the Port Talbot Steelworks, which is on the... Hello, whoever's joined. Port Talbot Steelworks, which is on the outskirts of Swansea. It's on the east side of Swansea. I got considerable footage of the Port Talbot, just on the public sides, the roads, driving. I walked around the area, not inside. I couldn't get anywhere near the actual complex, but just looking at it from close by. And I zoomed in. I got some great footage of that, for what it looks like from being seen from the public side of the fence. I wasn't allowed to go into the actual complex. So, that had been excursion 3 or something. I haven't made them videos yet, but I've got a lot of compiling to do. So I've got 11 videos to make. So I'll be getting that done. What else? So that was a Friday. On the Saturday I took a train trip. It's amazing that where you park there, it suddenly becomes a magnet for... Never mind. On Saturday I took a train trip from Swansea to Pembroke Dock, which is on the southwest coast of, towards the southwest of Wales. I got footage of that. Some of the train, majority got a lot of footage from the train journey. It took about 2.5 hours on the train. And then when I got to Pembroke Dock, I basically got some footage on foot around the whole area. I only had 3 hours. So, big worry. I got 3 hours in Pembroke, but I didn't do much. I was quite tired actually. I was chilling out. Didn't do very much. I left the car at Swansea. I drove from the hotel at the Travelodge to the centre of Swansea, parked up at the very nearby car park at the old station, and just hopped on a train and took a train trip to Pembroke Dock. And then I basically got the train back to Swansea. But the train, it was a class 153 train, an old train, had the hopper windows that you could open inside. That was going. That was quite good. It was sitting right above the engine, so I liked that. And coming back, it was an old Class 150, 1987, I think it was built. An old train. They were refurbished. It was by Transport for Wales, TFL or TFW, Transport for Wales. That ran them. That was £20 return. It's not bad. So the train trip coming back was 2.5 hours long. I liked the train. I liked the sound of the engine and that. The journey was good. It was getting dark. However, what I failed to remember was that it was a bank holiday Saturday. So all the way from Pembroke Dock to Swansea, my head was bursting. The racket that was going on inside the train. There was just so much. It was just like almost being in a pub with a party on. It was a racket. It was the only word to describe it. An absolute racket. And it was bursting my head. And it just ruined the trip. To an extent, not totally, but it wasn't what I would have wanted. But I had to persevere with it. It was as simple as that. There was nothing. It was only 2 carriages. And usually when you sit somewhere in the corner where it's quiet and you've got a carriage there and you've got all this carriage there, the noisy people will always sit right close by you to get this some sort of audience or whatever, you know. They've got to have an audience, you know what I mean? They've got to be annoying. Alright, okay, maybe I can't say that. But anyway, it was a bloody racket on the way back. So that was that. But it didn't totally ruin the trip. It was still a train journey. It was an experience. I forgot it was a bank holiday weekend, and the weather was absolutely astounding. But anyway, I got back. That was the Saturday. I spent all day Saturday doing that. On the Sunday, when I went down at the Wales, I set off from the Travelodge. I went to a small village called Beacon, and I stumbled across a car show that was on, a vintage car show. I had no idea that was going on, so I was quite happy with that. Some chats, and yeah, I was quite happy that I didn't plan it. I didn't even know it was on. I just went to visit. I got footage of the camera mount from the windscreen, so you see some of the driving footage of the lovely scenery through the Brecon beacons in Wales, some of it anyway. So I drove there from Swansea to the village or town of Beacon. Got footage of roundabout Beacon. I've got a separate video of the vintage car show that I stumbled across on that very sunny Sunday afternoon. So that's going to be another episode of included in the Wales excursion episode. So once I'd finished at the village of Beacon, I drove back to Swansea going via a slightly different route. Now I only recorded partial. I didn't do very much recording on the return journey, but I stopped off at a lovely point above a loch called, oh god, I can't remember, but I referred to it in the video anyway. I can't remember. It was a lovely view anyway. I spent ages there just on chilling out, and I got some footage when I was there. So that was Sunday. Totally filled doing that. So on the Monday just passed, the 3rd, I went to, I was basically leaving Swansea to go back up to the Stafford motor services, the Travelodge on the M6 and the Stafford services, northbound. And I decided, well, I'm going to pay a visit in Cardiff. So I done that, went to Cardiff and visited Cardiff, the city of Cardiff in Wales, which is about 30 miles east or something. I think it's maybe an hour, so 30 or 40 miles east of Swansea. It's a bigger city. Cardiff's bigger than Swansea. I think Swansea's about 226,000, whereas Cardiff's something like over 300,000. But physically, Cardiff's bigger as well, from the research I've done on Google anyway. So I've got footage of that, of Cardiff. I didn't plan on going into the Lego store, but you know I love Lego, so I went in there and got some Lego. Not much, but got some. I had my dinner there and I'm walking around. The heat was absolutely melting. It was melting. The heat was roasting, which it still is today. The weather was absolutely phenomenally good for once. So that was Monday spent doing that. I drove back to, eventually got back to the travel lodge at Stafford. We were getting close to midnight. I was only planning on spending 2 hours at Cardiff. I ended up spending 4 hours. So there was quite a lot, there's loads to see, like, but I just got so much footage of the town, the city centre, just on foot. Like, I think I got some driving footage as well. I put the camera in the windscreen and I got a little bit of driving, so you see some of the coverage of the streets and the roads, because when you're driving you can cover a lot more distance and see a lot when you're recording it, whereas if you're on foot you're just more, you don't cover as much, but you can focus in more on certain things. So I've done a bit of both. And I ended the whole video and series at lay-by on the was it the A40? I think it was the A40, just running parallel with the M4 heading back to Stafford. It was still in Wales. It was a few miles short of the border, and it was a picnic area, and I got some footage just to round off the videos. And that was Monday, and I got up there about midnight. So on the Tuesday I had a really busy day. I went to Alton Towers. Now Alton Towers is really all about queuing up. Well, from my experiences that I've been there, I've been to Alton Towers before over the years, not all, well, 3, 4, 5 times, 4 times maybe. First time was way back in 2000s. I think it was a couple of times, 2005 possibly. I think the last time I was there was, I think, 2013 or 2011. It was 10 or 12 years ago anyway. And on every occasion I've been there, I made the mistake once you go on a bank holiday. I specifically chose the Tuesday, thinking it would be quieter. You're queuing up for ages. I mean, you could be waiting up to an hour and a half just to get on one of the roller coasters. The Smiler. I say it's a new roller coaster, but it's been around for 10 years. I booked for a ticket back in 2015 actually, but then had the crash. The roller coaster had a crash. They had the accident on it, so they closed the whole roller coaster down, and the whole park was shut down. I got a refund, so I missed out that opportunity. But I got on the Smiler, but it was a 90-minute. There is a thing like fast track tickets, where you spend a tenner, £10 just to have the waiting time. I didn't do that, like, no way. It's bloody dear. Everything's dear there, unfortunately. And £3.20 for a bottle of 500ml Coca-Cola. Maybe what? £1.50 for a wee bar of chocolate. It's just a rip-off. Parking's £7 all day. Your £34 entrance fee, I paid it online. But I managed to get 5 rides out of the 8 hours that I was there. I got there just after opening time. It opens at 10, finishes at 6. Took us about half an hour to get in with the traffic. maybe 20 minutes. And then another good 15 minutes walking to the monorail. It takes you from the car park to the main entrance of the theme park, where you just show your prepaid ticket. If you pay on the gate when you arrive, it's dearer. I can't remember, it was something ridiculous. I think it was about £64 or something, I can't remember. But I booked online weeks before. I got it for £34. But that doesn't include the £7 parking, so that brings it up to £41. Then you've got extortionately priced food. I mean, you're waiting in queues, but then they do push the cashless. I mean, the burger place, the chicken place that I went to, it looked like it was all going, you know the way it's going, cashless. It was like that. If they're going to push a cashless society and a cashless agenda, which is obviously what they're doing, they're going to use big, high-profile places like theme parks, supermarkets, all the places where people go. That's where they'll set their examples to get everybody familiar with their agenda, to eliminate cash and have a cashless agenda, and so you could take full control of your finance and your money. Why else would they do it? But so that was there. They take cash for some things, but I think it would just be more of a scar. But it's obvious that that's what they're doing. The society and the world in general, I mean, it's going cashless. So it's blatantly obvious that they want a cashless. And that's why there was cashless. I mean, if to try and go to that, get a burger and stuff from there, with the old traditional, because I'm an old-fashioned person, I like the old traditional, just handing over the money and paying for it. It would be probably an absolute scutter. So that's what they want. So it's, you take the easy option, people take the easiest route. It's just human nature. You know, I'm not saying that everybody does that, but it's like electricity, it'll take the shortest path, the easiest route. So if you've got the option there to wait, queue and muck around to it, you could, not get your food when you're tired and you're being in the heat, you're going to take the easy option, I would have thought. You may. I'm not saying I can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for anybody other than myself. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But, take the easy options. Sometimes I take the harder option if I'm just wanting to make a point for myself to go cash, to pay cash. Because I prefer paying cash. But besides that, coming off that subject, the rides I got, in the 8 hours I was there, I managed to get on 5 rides. Because I was queuing up for an hour and a half to go in the Smiler. I was queuing up for an hour to get on the Oblivion roller coaster. I was queuing up about an hour or 45 minutes to get on Galactica. And another thing with the theme parks, they put all the big roller coasters at one side and they put the other big ones, high profile roller coasters, the big ones that everybody wants to get on the other side of the park. The park's about a mile and well over a mile, I would think. Over a mile long. It's about a mile and a half long if you walk it. Because I measured it on the Google Maps, believe it or not. You could actually put it on the Google map, but I didn't have the map. Another technological manipulation. Just go on Google. I'll do it. No, we may not. I can't say this. When I say about all, that's wrong, because I can't think anybody could say we all, because unless you've asked everybody, how could you claim to say we all do it? How could you? But Google Maps, you could type in the Oblivion roller coaster and get directions to walk to the Galactica. It was it was over a mile. So you have to walk in. Remember, it was a mile from there, going through all the busy parts of the park, and you're walking a mile to come back again. Don't know if the chats are on. Maybe not. That doesn't matter. But so it's a long day, but be prepared to wait in queues, and be prepared to spend money, a lot of it, because everything's dear. That's what it's like. The capacity of the park is about something like 28,000 that it could handle. That's like a small town. I mean, geez, it's as busy as anything. But it's quite nice. I mean, there's a lot of nice places. It's got the gardens. They used to have the cable cars. Well, when I was there last, and sure I went on it. It was 10 or 12 years ago. They had the cable cars. You got a great view of the park. But I didn't see them there on this time. I think they've probably done away with it or something. But that's the thing. You pay your entrance fee. You could go on all the rides as much as you want. It's all included. Unless you get the fast track where you spend a tenner. So you get it tells you the queuing time, 90 minutes. Whether it takes that, but that actually took 90 minutes. I mean, they could show you that and then say, let's go fast track, that'd be a way of doing it, But, no, I was waiting in that queue for 90 minutes to get on the Smiler, in the heat. You're in a cage. You'll see it on my video. But that's just been how it was. It's not slamming the part. It's like, it's how it is, I'm just not omitting anything. I'm not omitting anything. I'm not leaving anything out and just telling you how it was. My experience. My experience was waiting in queues and stuff was pricey. Well, it's pricey for me. I mean, you want to spend twice as much for the same product. But that's just the nature of it. So, Alton Towers, it was a good, I'd go back again, but you need to, I think they know that you need to spend more than one day, probably 3-4 days, a week to get around it, because it's that big, and there's that much in the queuings as well. And I thought it was just a normal day on the 5th of September, yesterday. Imagine going there just if it were a Saturday. I think I made the mistake once of going there on a bank holiday years ago. On one of these occasions I was there. And I was waiting about 2 hours or something to get in Oblivion. But on another occasion, possibly the last time I was there, I had 6 shots on the Oblivion because it was nearer the end time, and it must have been getting on at the end of the season, but the queues weren't so bad. I was able just to come off the roller coaster, go back round and go on. I went on it 6 times, so I'm quite familiar with the roller coaster. But when you go on it, you're queuing up for like the Smiler. The Oblivion, you're only on it for about 20 seconds, half a minute. A minute at the most, maybe not even that. And you're waiting an hour to go on it. The Smiler's about a minute and a half. Come on, it's maybe even half a minute. 40 seconds for the Oblivion. It's over in a flash. And the Smiler's a wee bit longer because you think it's coming to an end, that's just half of it, then it kind of slows down, then you get this vertical and it moves up, and you get another wee bit. So the Smiler's a bit longer, that's about maybe a minute. Again, I was maybe a minute and 20 seconds or something. But I was queuing up for 90 minutes to get on it. So you could pay a tenner to get. Because this says, well, how long would it be if I get the fast track? I asked. They say, well, it could be done in 45 minutes. Tenner, I mean, no, I'll just wait the extra 45 minutes. But I was quite exhausted. So that was yesterday. Today I set off from the Stafford Travelodge and then head back to Dundee. And I've stopped here at Lockerbie, and not far from the centre of the town of Lockerbie. I could get out and just give you a very brief look at the centre, but it is alive, and if a picture starts to break up, I don't know what the picture's like at your side. If somebody could tell me in the comments what it's like, if anybody's able. I don't even know if it's coming out or not, but is this picture clear? Is it pixelating or what? Let me know now. If it's pixelating, then there's no much point in going out, but I don't want to make the mistake of going out there just to show you a pixelated screen, just waste of time. I could maybe, as I say, briefly go out and show you. I don't even know if the comments are wanting. As I say, if anybody could reply in the chat. If this picture's okay, then just let me know. If it's not, then let me know. So that's the plans for the video, from my channel rather. 11 videos coming up. I done nightlife as well on that Saturday when I returned back from the train trip from Pembroke Dock. When I got back to Swansea that night, it was about 9:30. So I had my tea and I hung on for a bit till it was a bank holiday Saturday, so the town was jumping. It's the city, there was just. So I've got footage of the nightlife there as well. That's a separate video, isn't it? It's also on the end of that episode, train trip one, but I've done a separate video as well, just all about that on the Pembroke, the nightlife in Swansea. So I'm going to go out and just show you before I round it off, because it's going to be too long. So I'll point this. I don't know what way I should do it, because I don't know who's around. I don't want to just randomly film it and put this in someone's face, because it is live. I just want to very briefly show you the centre of Lockerbie, where I'm parked, and that'll be it. So I've got to be careful. I don't want to drop this either. If I make it look obvious and doing a live, you just get people deliberately, just be white and start annoying. It's always the same. I'll just keep it focused on me just now. So it's not. Show you. So if this picture's breaking up, as I say, just let me know. I've still got it on me at the moment. I'll show you very briefly the town of Lockerbie, the centre of it anyway. Before I do, I'm going to look in my car. Be careful what I'm doing when it's on live. I'll just keep it on me just now, just to rise through this one. Just walking through it. Just walking through the street. So it says if it's breaking up, just let me go. Probably will be. Usually does when I walk. An experience, so I'm not going to live that often. I'm going to start putting this forward and show you what's going on. Do this. I'm dropping the camera. Usually does its carry on that. So I'll just be putting it to the ground if I don't want to show anything. I've got to look first before I film this. Pointless. I'll see that. Centre of the Lockerbie. Be extra careful what I'm doing here, because there's I want to respect privacy. So it's not like what I'd normally do in a video. It'd be much clearer in a video, but this is just a very brief video. The rail station's just down there. Right, so we're going to start maybe. Oh, by the way, this is the Scottish flag in the sky with the trails. We call them. I've heard chemtrails being mentioned, contrails. I wouldn't call it. Say on this, but whatever you call it. I'll point this down.
See you in a bit. Bye.
That's looking up at the high street. So I don't know what it's come like, what's come out like on your side. But I'm just going back to the car and I'll run this off because it'll be too long. I suspect the quality will be crap as always. Usually it's going to do alright. And I'll get going because I'm still going to get back home. Just say I was just using this as a stop point. I'm going to point this down for now. Okay. Right, this is back in the car. It's just a very, very brief look. So I'm going to round this off. I suspect the quality's crap. I'm going to round it off now. So that was just a short live, just to give you an update on what I'm doing. And stop here, as I say, at Locker Bay just for a stop break from the long trip up from Wales. Well, from Staffordshire. Technically it is from Wales because that was my destination from home. The outmost journey. I took, obviously, done over 2 days. So, and technically making my inward trip back home to Dundee, even though I stopped off at Staffordshire. So it's still it's technically en route from Wales. So anyway, that'll do it. I think I'll just round it off with that. Short video, wasn't very much, but just a wee update. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later on. Okay, bye for now.